Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tyrio's Postal Service. This week, I had the idea to try and dig up 10 locations that were more or less hidden. And after a whole bunch of research and digging around, I found that most areas that were so-called hidden basically turned out to be jumping puzzles. And I'm of the opinion that anything on the achievement list can't really be considered a secret. So I kind of abandoned the idea and present to you the top 10 areas in Guild Wars 2 you possibly haven't seen but probably have but hope you enjoy anyway. So, the first place you may or may not know about is tucked away under the Grove's skirt. It's a dead simple find. Just start drinking on the top floor, and after you've face planted every edge, you'll arrive at the stump of the tree. Then do some circles, fall into a pond, and swim under the edge, and you'll find a tiny little garden of mystery to which you can continue drinking. When I originally found this place on my own accord, I was quite happy, but it turned out it was part of one of the race story quests. I think probably Sylvari, which kind of pissed on my bonfire a little. But all the same. The second place to me at least looked like an awesome little secret area for weeks, however it was only recently I discovered it was a freaking jumping puzzle. And I had completely missed the fact until I was recording for this video to see a chest looming annoyingly above my head. It took me a while after, but it turned out all those wooden planks everywhere meant something, and eventually I landed a few shaky jumps and found the broken dome and achievements unlocked. It is a jumping puzzle, but a pretty cool one and nicely hidden in my opinion. There is something about heading upstream that does it for me. Hello! In third place is a puzzle you probably have seen, but I think it's worth a mention because of how hidden it actually is. I think the Vista is a little bit of a giveaway, but this jumping puzzle in Farshore Ward is a personal favourite. I've dragged the guild here on 3 separate occasions to do it, and I've used it in 2 of my previous videos, so I guess I could say we're going steady now. It's not the most difficult puzzle in the world, it's not the Rage-a-thon the Mad King Clock Tower was, but points are given on its creativity, featuring a handful of different elements and a tiny little spirit that tries to mislead you to your death. The next area loses points for being bugged. Still being bugged. You know, I've tried a few times to record the completion of this dungeon before I eventually thought screw this and headed for a guide, which let me know the puzzle was in fact bugged. Fan-fucking-tastic. Apparently you can make headway, but you have to essentially try everything to open the damn door, and quite frankly I didn't want to. I have a schedule to keep, and if they can't be fucked fixing it, I can't be fucked doing it. However, I did put this on the list because of A, how hidden it was, and B, it didn't really appear to be a jumping puzzle, more of a puzzle, forgetting the buggy bit. It had more of a Zelda charm, minus the bugs. Anyway, the next hidden gem, again, isn't really a hidden area as it's kind of marked on the map. However, way back in the beta test, this was a particularly awesome find for me and a buddy because it was our first moment of off-the-track exploration. And as we both just migrated from Terra, the game where any exploration led to the forgotten fixed land of the bugs, it was nice to finally see a little extra hidden under the surface layer. It's nothing special, really, a nice little hideout with a karma merchant that sells nothing of interest, but sometimes I feel areas like this don't need much, they just need to be there to hug explorers and shit. The Lost Grotto's twin brother is both a location many people know of and is also part of the storyline. I know because I've been there as part of my storyline before I stopped at the Steel Tide to admire the scenery. Anyways, continue in the other direction and try not to think about the fact you're swimming through Lion's Arch's sewage and you'll get to an underwater dead end that some fucking Kara ship has managed to shipwreck itself in. Try not to think about the logic there, but you can appreciate the wonder of this area, and if this is your first time hearing of this place, then go and check it out. I also found a shrimp I couldn't kill. I don't know if that's normal, but I guess it's worth mentioning. Okay, the 7th area is a secret pirate dungeon in Gandharan Fields. No, this place I don't really class as a jumping puzzle. It's more of a puzzle, and a puzzle that drove me nuts for weeks. You see, being a stubborn bastard, I refused to follow a guide, and as such spent yonks lighting torches, running around, getting killed until eventually, by chance, a veteran spawned and we finished the place. It reminds me horrifically of the Water Temple with all the backwards logic and sheer frustration, but a good achievement nonetheless. In 8th place is the second secret pirate area, which I guess could be called a jumping puzzle, kinda. There is a little bit of jumping and it gets extra points on the fact it's nicely hidden, but also that moment of awe when you work your way through the caves littered with annoying pirates until you finally reach a cave, which has a pirate ship in it. Again, fuck knows how it got here. It kind of looks to me like the Bright Sparks built it with the intention of conquering the 7 seas, then realised they couldn't get to sea and so all died, turned into ghosts, and ever since lurked around grumbling about the hilarity of the situation. I really like the place though. It's kind of like a hidden epic, like finding a tiger hiding under a teacup. The second to last location is a fantastic example of both a jumping puzzle and a hidden gem. You can only access this place by knocking off a few unsuspecting guardians of the portals, and once you've wiped the blood from your pistols, you can head inside. The hidden garden is beautiful. It truly is a giant tree in the middle that in many ways feels more epic than the pale tree in the grove, surrounded by lakes, waterfalls, and most importantly, jumping puzzles. The jumps range from casual to handshakingly tricky, but when you do finally climb to the tops of the cliffs, make sure you're not sucked away by the sheer orgasmic awesomeness of the view. Lots to see, lots of variation, great puzzle. And last but not least, the final foray into the Abyss is a place that is just a hidden area. No achievement, no jumping puzzle, no dungeon, just a hidden headache and a pile of strawberries. There's not a lot to say about the place, it just is what it is, but that's the thing I love most about games. It's kind of like an Easter egg, although I know it's strictly not one, but it does have that kind of pointless element. A great location to finish on in my opinion. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Next week I'll be looking at social events, which might not sound awesome, but trust me, it's worth a watch. And I'll see you next time.